In our increasingly technical world, I feel like I'm constantly finding new and exciting ways to be unproductive. Like, my smartphone is an incredible tool, but it's also my biggest distraction. About this time last year, I made a video about turning off your notifications, but I felt like there was more that I could do to reduce the number of times per day that I picked up my phone. So this is my solution. I call it the focus box, and it's exactly what it looks like. It is a shoebox covered in duct tape that holds a pen and a pad of sticky notes. That's it. When it's time to be productive, I put my phone, represented here by an old iPod Nano, on Do Not Disturb, put it in the box, write the time that I'm allowed to use my phone again on a sticky note, which I then stick to the outside of the box, and I get to work. This might seem kind of silly to you, but there's something elegant to me about a completely analog solution to a digital problem. If I want to write or edit and not be pulled away from my work, it genuinely helps me to just put my phone in a place where I can't pick it up. And the crazy thing is, it totally works. I have never taken my phone out of the focus box early. Not once. And I think it's a pride thing. Like, if I can't leave my phone away for a period of time that I specify, I'm beyond help. Like, I simply refuse to lose a battle of wills to a shoebox. And the best part about this is that it costs me absolutely nothing. Nothing but the cost of a pack of sticky notes and a desk clock that you don't even need. I just like it for when I'm writing so I don't have to go to the kitchen to check the time.
Hey, what's the time?
Time you gotta watch.
The hell's a watch?
I don't know!
So the focus box itself was inspired by a video that Drew Gooden put out back in March about dopamine fasts and wellness apps. In that video, he talks about a phone box that costs like $100.
And you're in luck because you can join Arrow for as low as $18. They have a monthly option or a yearly option, but even if you do the monthly option, you have to pay for it for at least a year before you can cancel, which means, at minimum, this is a $180 purchase.
And my immediate thought was, I'm pretty sure that I could just put my phone in a shoebox for free and it would be just fine. So I did. The whole concept of wellness apps just kind of drives me nuts. Like, the idea of downloading an app to curb your phone usage feels like trying to put out a fire with napalm. If the problem is your phone, you have to find a way to put some distance between you and the phone. The focus box isn't perfect, of course. I have to opt into it, which I don't always feel like doing. And once I have opted into it, there's nothing stopping me from standing up and getting a snack or cleaning my apartment instead of doing the work that I set out to do in the first place. But that's okay. The goal isn't to hack away my procrastination, it's to create an environment that makes it easier for me to focus. If I still choose to avoid the work that I'm trying to do, at least I know that my phone won't be the culprit. But limiting my phone usage isn't the only step I took. Productivity is a pretty nebulous term, and I wanted to figure out what that word actually meant to me. Philosophy YouTuber Jared Henderson has an exceptional video where he talks about toxic productivity culture and the myths that that culture pervades. The wisdom he shares in that video has been instrumental in shaping my approach to creativity and productivity in the last year, but there's one quote in particular that I want to highlight.
The fourth myth is that you need the perfect tool or perfect tools. First of all, there just is no perfect tool. And really what you need to do is, instead of looking for the perfect tool, you just need to find the right tool for the job, and not necessarily the best tool for the job, because often you should just settle for what's good enough and what's working for you.
The full video is linked below, along with Drew Gooden's video about dopamine fasts. I strongly suggest that you check them both out when you're done here. Productivity is personal. I think it's important to strive to get things done, but it's equally important to give ourselves grace and be realistic about what we can accomplish. 2023 was a really chaotic year for me, and I got a lot less done creatively than I was hoping to. But I also moved a couple of times, worked my first professional acting contracts, and started a new job in New York City in the fall. Life can get crazy, and I think it helps to celebrate those small victories. This is another little tidbit that my therapist gave me. I love writing to-do lists, and he told me that the first thing on my to-do list should always be write a to-do list, so that the minute you've written your to-do list, you can immediately cross something off. This to me follows the same line of logic as making your bed first thing in the morning. Even though it's something small, it just feels good to start the day by doing something productive. As Jared said, there are no perfect tools. Everyone is different, and we're all going to respond to different tools in different ways. The focus box isn't the perfect tool, but it's my tool. Even if I only use it for an hour a week, that's an hour of diligent work that I might not have otherwise had. And that's something to celebrate. Thanks for watching.